that the objectives are clearly stated and met by the research methodology design, used, and findings. Okay. No, you have to understand that now the thesis is there. So some examiners, the way they read the thesis would be chapter 1, chapter 5. Okay. Okay. Research question. Okay. Conclusion. So this is what is meant by clearly stated and met by the research method design, use, and findings. Okay, so you have your research question. This is the conclusion. Because in chapter 5, remember you also have to write a summary of your work, right? You describe briefly about the methodology, so on and so forth. Okay, initially in your 5th chapter. So some examiners, they like to use this method, read chapter 1, chapter 5. If you can see the chemistry between chapter 1 and chapter 5, then he or she will enjoy your thesis. But if you ask another question, you have a different conclusion, then they will become worried. Then they go to the methodology chapter. How come? Methodology chapter can stand on its own. Okay? So the trick is chapter 1 will be talking closely to chapter 5. Chapter 2 will be talking closely to chapter 4. Chapter 3 is a standalone chapter because it is actually like a design or architecture of your thesis. Just explain your research diary. What are your research activities? That's it. Okay. So that is how the thesis, the chapter thesis talk to each other. Okay. Alright. So objectives clearly stated. Okay. And those who are doing qualitative, maybe you do not have objectives, you have your research questions clearly stated. And the questions or the objectives are related to your problem. When you write your problem statement, I don't know, depending on your committee members, for me, the best problem statement should not go more than 2 pages. It shouldn't be too lengthy, it shouldn't be too wordy. Because at the statement of problem, you have to highlight 3 gaps. Practice gap, which is very simple to find. You based on your observation, based on your reading, you highlight the practical gap, the practice one. What is lacking? That's why you want to carry out a study on that, right? Simultaneously, we will also be searching for your research gap. Okay, practice gap is what would the study help to improve what practice. Research gap would be you have done your readings, there are a lot of studies done, but there are certain area in which not much has been explored, and you come into the picture with your study. Okay, by having your study, you can fill up the gap that has not been filled in by previous studies. For example, so when I wrote my statement of problem, there are a lot of studies done on academician, but majority were very much about how new academics go into the profession, how they adjust, how they learn, and then start moving on in the academy. Not many were looking at senior, towards the end of their career stage. Okay, so of course, practically, some of the arguments made by others is that how can you really follow the academician? Are you going to carry out a 15-year study, 20-year study? So I said, instead of waiting for a longitudinal study, why not we do a retrospective study? You go to the professors, ask him or her to reflect on the journey, and then you carry out a study and tell their stories, so that it can be used for others, in terms of charting out your own career. So that is my justification, the gap that I thought I can fill in. Okay. Yes, Aida.
The title?
Sorry, Ada, please. Thank you.
Moving on in academia.
Okay. Yep.
Exploring the career experiences
of
professors at a UK university.
Okay. So by looking at the title, I hope they can see the moving on in academia is about moving different stages of career. Okay, and then